Well, hello there. Welcome back to another story time with Miss Kris. Today I'm coming to you from my house. I'm doing my part, I'm staying at home, flattening the curve, and stop spreading the germs. I hope you're well. I hope everybody's having a great time. I'm still stuck in the house, so want to keep up with these stories. I'm going to read to you today a story from the Bible. You can find this story in Exodus chapters 1 and 2. It's one of the best, I think. It's a really exciting story. For those of you who are looking for something exciting to do, you can listen to the story about the baby in a basket. The 7-year famine happened just as Pharaoh's dream predicted. And in this time, Joseph made amends with his brothers. His family came to live with him in Egypt, where his father Jacob lived out the rest of his years, and Joseph's brothers went on to have many children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. They did well in farming and business and became wealthy and powerful. As times passed, the Egyptians began calling them Israelites, after the special name God had given to Jacob. Years went by, and the number of Israelites grew, and different pharaohs came and went. After 400 years, one king became particularly worried because there were so many Israelites. He told his advisors, "I am worried that if there ever was a war, the Israelites might turn against us and join with our enemies to defeat Egypt. We must find a way to stop their numbers growing further and to make them less powerful." Pharaoh decided on a drastic action. He sent his soldiers to seize the Israelites and turn them into slaves. He set them to work, laboring on building sites and in the fields. But still the number of Israelites increased and families spread further throughout Egypt. Furious, Pharaoh came up with an even more wicked plan. He ordered his soldiers to search out every newborn Israelite boy and kill them all. Of course, many desperate families tried to hide their beloved babies. One woman, who already had a daughter, Miriam, and a son, Aaron, kept her newborn boy hidden for 3 months. But as time went on, he became bigger and noisier and harder to conceal. In the end, the desperate woman took a reed basket and covered it with tar so it was watertight. She gently laid her baby in it and took it down to the river Nile, setting it in the thick, tall grass. Look at that. She set it in the thick, tall grass at the water's edge so it wouldn't float away. She told Miriam to stay a little way off to see the baby was all right. It wasn't long before the little girl saw a grand procession making its way down to the river. Her eyes opened wide at the sight of a young woman in magnificent robes, splendid jewels, and rich makeup, accompanied by many servants and slaves. It was the princess coming to bathe. The little girl watched, hardly daring to breathe, as the princess caught sight of the basket in the rushes and sent a servant to bring it to her. As soon as the princess saw the baby boy inside, she realized that he must be an Israelite. As she lifted the baby up, he began to cry, and her heart melted with pity for the hungry, helpless child. She decided to take the baby home and keep him. Bravely, Miriam dared to approach the princess, curtsying low. "Would you like me to find an Israelite nurse to look after him, Your Highness?" she suggested nervously. The princess was pleased, and the little girl dashed home and fetched her mother. So the little boy was at first cared for by his real mother, then given the education of an Egyptian prince. For the princess loved him so much, she adopted him as her own son. She called him Moses, which means to draw out, because he had been rescued by being drawn out of the water. I hope you enjoyed our Bible story for the day. If you'd like to read it again, you can find it in your Bible in Exodus chapters 1 and 2. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.